Okay, I'm going to show you how to sew wefts onto the wig, as far as the side parts of the ponytail goes. When I did the wefts, with the caulk, and when it dries, it's pretty messy. So make sure you trim it, both widthwise. It's going to be like on the sides and on the top here. It was originally like this thick. And then you flex it, make sure there's no fibers loose, because sometimes if it's not caulked correctly, you would do this and it would kind of pop up and there'll be holes in here. But it's fine. So this one's ready to go. And to sew wefts, Katie Bear recommends a curved needle, and I think it's a good idea too. Here's what a curved needle looks like. Actually, for some reason, I like getting my curved needles in H-E-B of all places, because they sew it, it's like near the shoe repair area. I don't know why. I guess I don't want to go to Joann's. Yeah, it's a kind of like it's for upholstery. It's an upholstery needle. Comes in a pack. And I only use this needle in a pack. And this one's already threaded. Okay, now, when sewing wefts to a wig, it depends what you're trying to do. Because we're doing a ponytail and it's, all the wefts are going this way, then I'm going to be sewing like on the sides here, so when it pulls up it will cover. I usually like to try to also, usually if I had more wefts I would also do some here because it just covers better. Like how the wefts usually are, and maybe some here too. However, we're running low on wefts, so I'm just going to do it along the sides. If you're just going to thicken the hair, for not a ponytail style, like bangs, then you would just sew along the weft lines that are already here. But, okay, I'm going to show you how to do it on the sides. For a ponytail, I heard that most people, I think most people put the weft under. I actually did it over on the other side, just kind of an experiment, and it seemed okay. But I'll show you, I guess, the pros and cons of that later. So I'm just going to put it under. I'm going to take my curved needle, and well, actually, might as well take it out first. I guess to make sure you secure the weft, I do tend to make sure I knot it first, or get the first stitch through maybe a couple times, because caulk does tear. Elastic is, I feel, it's secure because it kind of grips the thread, but caulk, I have found that it can tear if you pull the thread too hard. So I got like 2 stitches in there. So let's put it in. This is a little awkward. And what I'm going to do is stitch it kind of around. I don't have to stitch through. I can just stitch around if I feel like it's easier. I'm just doing, whatever I feel like. So that's pretty much it. So with the curved needle, if you notice, I'm putting it in. I'll go ahead and zoom closer. Okay, sorry. So if you notice, for a curved needle, all I do is put it in, and it pops right back out. With a straight needle, it's still possible, but it might be a little awkward, especially if it's on a wig head. Here it's on the side, it's not as bad. But if it were like here, it's doable, but you might easily poke yourself too. Like here, it's easy to just go in like that. Straight needle, again, it's doable, but you might have to pull more. When you're sewing wefts, also be careful what's under your wig. You may accidentally catch onto it. That's why I always put something I don't mind having to cut, just in case I have to cut it away, and because I accidentally caught onto it. So that's why I took the really ugly Haruhi wig and wig cap. Let's falling here. Wig cap underneath this wig, because if I caught it onto it with the needle, it's not a big deal. I just cut off the wig cap, and that's why there's a bunch of holes. Okay, and let me turn to the finished side. Okay, this one's over. I'm trying to decide which one's better for this wig, because this wig is so thin, the elastic was just like, bearing it all. So I thought maybe if I put it over, less likely that the elastic is going to show. I'm gonna see which one's better. I might have to redo one of them. And so, when you're done, you just knot it as usual. What I like to do, if you can, is get a bit of Fabri-tac, right here, and just apply it onto the knots, of your wefts. You really want to make sure your wefts are secure, and again, caulk does tear, so just in case anything happens, it's nice to have an added security to your thread. So that's pretty much it. It's a pretty easy concept. It's just figuring out where to put it and hoping that you have enough wefts. So that's it.